Hello, hello. How is everyone? I'm going to add my friends on TikTok and add my friends on Instagram. There we go. Let me see. Um, I'm going to add a title to my Instagram. Hello, hello, hello. I got several different things going on here, so yeah, just bear with me, please. I need to pin this post, pin that comment. Okay, so got everybody. Let me click on these comments so I can see everybody. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for coming. I made it today. I missed it last week. Oh, great. I'm glad you made it. Okay, so if you want to participate, you've been here before, you want to participate in the drawing at the end of the broadcast, please put a color into the comments so I have a color already written down. Let me close this door right quick so I won't have any feedback coming out of there. Okay, so we're talking the 8 colors: uh, red, blue, brown, orange, green, purple, black. What did I miss? Yellow. Yes, all those colors. If you want to participate in the drawing. Okay, so while we're waiting on our friends to get here, let me see. I'm going to start cutting my, peeling my apple. Let me grab my. I always have a garbage bucket bowl when I cook because there's always something that either peeling or I'm either uh, don't need a part of this or don't need a part of that. But I'm gonna put this apple over there, and I think I'm gonna need more than one. How many? Let's see. Oh, just two. Okay. So we're gonna use my corer. If you don't have one of these, get you one. I love this little apple corer thing. I'm gonna put it right here in my bowl, and I am going to let me scoot back so you can see what I'm doing. I have my water boiling because I'm going to uh, we're gonna create some stuff tonight. Put that in my garbage bowl and my knife. I'm gonna just cut these up in slices. Cut this apple up in slices. I have about a cup of water, maybe a cup and a half of water here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook the apples. And once the apples are done cooking, I'm going to use the quote unquote broth off the apple juice uh, to make to use in my pancakes and to use in my oatmeal. Now that we have that done, the apples are brewing. I also baked a sweet potato. I like baking sweet potatoes instead of boiling them because when you boil them, I don't know. I just don't like the texture of it. I love the texture when it's baked, and it also has like a roasted taste. It changes the taste of it, so it has a roasted taste to it. So we're gonna use this baked sweet potato, and if you can see on here where the juice came out of the potato, I like to bake them until the juice starts coming out because that makes the potato a little sweeter. I don't add sugar to anything, but it just makes the potato sweeter. I learned that from my grandma. So while the apples are cooking, I want to show you something that I do for my teething babies. Now I have these 2 feeders. One is silicone and one is mesh. This is the silicone one and this is the mesh one. Now, what I like to do, and you all probably can do this better than me, is I like to peel grapes, and I put them in the feeder, and I will freeze them, and then I will have them on deck for the baby. When babies are teething, they bite everything. They just want to chew. They want to soothe their gums. So whether you like the mesh feeder or you like the silicone, I have both. So I'm just going to put these right in here and snap it shut. And there you go. It can go in the freezer. And I'm going to put some in this one. I have some frozen grapes. Now you can use pears, you can use bananas. I have also made purees and frozen them and just take them out of the little tray that I call it an ice tray because, you know, it's holding frozen foods. But I just take it out of the tray, pop it in there. If you haven't seen the video on that, please check it out on my page. And it's ready to go. I can pop it into the freezer and it's ready to go. Also, cold carrots. We're just going to take this carrot and take all the outside skin off of it. But you're going to, I like putting it in the freezer, but not for too long. If I know that the baby is asleep and I want to give the baby the teether after they wake up, baby's waking up in about 45 minutes, I will make some of these little carrot sticks. My knife went where? There it is. So I'm just going to cut the top off of it. And I make them, let me not scare anybody. Cut that end off. I make them about this long. Can you see that? I make them about this long because it's just big enough for your child's hand to go like this and for them to bite on it. Now, if they already have a couple of teeth at the bottom, be sure you watch them because they will try to chew it off. But I will put these in the freezer. I like the bigger ones. I know I'm scaring y'all with my techniques of cutting. This right here, I will cut down the middle. Hold on, let me hold this over this over my bucket. So it's not so big, so it'll go in the baby's mouth. So I have 3 teething. And I'll put one in the freezer, keep these 2 in the refrigerator. And then when I know they're going to need some more, I will take one of these, throw it off in the freezer. So it's real, real cold. And voila, teething toy. This is the best teething toy to me because my child was 12 months old and had no teeth. 12 months old. I took him to the dentist to see if he had teeth. I was like, please tell me my baby wasn't born without teeth. Oh my God. I was panicking. I was a new mama and I was panicking. I was like, my baby. Now I have taken care of babies, have seen babies come in with teeth. But when it's your own child, it's totally different story. Totally different story. So, but yeah, these make great teethers. So, but the carrots, I went to buy a car and this elderly gentleman told me, get a baby some carrots. Give him some carrot sticks. And I'm looking at him like he's crazy. But I tried it. Those carrots, we had carrots for a week and those teeth came in. I was like, yes. So I have been using carrots with babies since then. Just makes sense. Okay. So let me make sure my apples are tender. Nope, not yet. They're getting there. Okay. Because I want the juice off of those apples. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some oats, and we're going to do a couple of things with these oats. Okay, I see everything but my blade. Hold on. Oh, here it is. I put it up so I wouldn't cut myself. All right, so I'm going to take about a cup of these oats, and I'm going to put it in my little Ninja. Thankfully, my Ninja. I want to thank Sarah Flack for giving me this for my birthday several years ago. I still have it. I still use it. But thankfully, it comes with a food processor and a blender cup. So we're going to use both of them. And let me put the lid back on there. I promise you, I'm coming to your questions. I'm just trying. I know that some people can't stay the whole time, so I'm trying to get as much done beforehand, and I'll come back and answer questions, okay? So we're going to take this, and we're going to blend it up. Now, it's going to be loud, so hold your ears. We're going to put that on there, and I'm going to pour it. I like shaking it around. Let me let you see what it looks like. I like to let you see what it looks like. It's not quite done yet. Hold on, this might work better if I pour it in the bowl. Okay, now can you see the grains? I have to hold them up close. Can you see the grains? Not quite done yet, so we're gonna keep it moving. Put some more time on here because we want it to be a meal. Okay, hold on. There we go. Think we might have it now. Not quite. Still a little bit chunky. I don't want chunks. I want it to meal. Okay. There we go. Now that's the consistency I want. I'm gonna pour some of this in here because we're gonna make some oatmeal in just a second. Now, you see the consistency? It's like meal. That's the consistency you want it. They want a meal. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this in here, and I'm gonna make some oatmeal. And I'm gonna use some of the hot water for my apples to make this. Okay. And grab a little spoon and stir it up so you can see the consistency of the oatmeal. And we're just gonna stir it so it can all get done. Now you can use your baby's formula, heated formula to make this, but you have to get it very warm. That's why I use that water to make this, the apple juice from the apples that I'm cooking, so that I can get it a consistency that my baby will eat. Now, to make it extra good and yummy, I like fruit in my oatmeal. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tool over here. Looks like a garlic press, but it's a baby press. So I'm going to use my tool, and I'm going to take one of these. This comes as a set. If you want to know what it is, this is a Skip Hop baby maker, baby food. I can't even think of the name. It's made by Skip Hop, and it's a baby food masher. Okay, and I'm going to take my banana, and I'm just going to take a little bit. Well, maybe a lot of it, because I can make this for 2 days or more than one meal if I want my baby to have oatmeal for days. Now, I'm going to let you watch this as I squeeze it. Uh-oh. Here comes the banana. Can you see that? Can you see the banana coming through? Yep, that was pretty much all of it. The banana has come through. And now I just slide that off of there. Get all of my banana. If I don't want to feed my baby all of this, put all this in my oatmeal, I still have banana. I can mix it with something else, which I plan to do. But I'm going to take out enough banana to go into my oatmeal. And I'm going to stir it up so it'll be nice and creamy. And if it's too thick for you, just add a little water. Because you know oatmeal soaks up water. So I'll just add a little bit more water. And you can freeze oatmeal. So if you have a surplus of oatmeal, you overestimated how much you needed, you just stir it up. And it's yummy, y'all. And there you go. You have like a little runny consistency for those young babies. And you can leave it a little chunky. You can just kind of smash it with the banana with your fork. If you have an older baby who knows how to chew, you can leave it the consistency a little bit more chunky. But that's for the consistency of a brand new baby. Well, I won't say brand new baby. A baby who's just starting to eat. Now, I'm going to take my my same banana, and I'm going to make some baby guacamole. I'm actually making 2 guacamoles. I cut up my avocado. There we go. Now I have this fancy little tool that I've never used before. My husband bought it for me. So y'all get to see it firsthand if I know what I'm doing. Okay. So you're supposed to put it in here like this. And it's supposed to slice your avocado. And it did. Yay! Now if I can get it out. It sliced my avocado. Okay, so I'm going to put a piece of that avocado into my baby masher and put it in the same container with my bananas. And we're going to make some baby guacamole. Okay. Make sure I got it in the middle. Slide this back on here. And here we go. As I squish the guacamole, can you see it coming down? Can you see it coming in there? The avocado is being mashed into. And now I can mix this up. What I do with I'm losing my utensils, y'all. So I just mix this up, the banana and the avocado. Now for older kids, like 1.5, 2 years old, they love it. You can put some yogurt in here. It's good with cream cheese. So, and this will keep in the refrigerator. If you put the lid on there, it'll keep in the refrigerator for 3 days. So, baby guacamole, recipe number 2, 3. Okay, now we're gonna do our apples. I'm going to, let me rinse this off so I won't have all the green guacamole on here. There we go. This thing is easy to clean, which is one of the reasons I love it. Rinse it off, switch from one food to the next. Now, I'm going to take this, I'm going to do the apples first. I'm going to do the apples and the sweet potato. Let's see it, show y'all the consistency, the texture on this sweet potato. You see how it has that roast? That's the side that it laid on. See how it has that roasted side? That's the side that it laid on. And that's the goodness of it to me. Because I will take this, smash it up, mix it up, put some chipotle seasoning on there. It is so good. But not for the baby. For the baby, I'm going to take my other container. And we're going to take some of the apples and put them in here. I'll put a couple of apples in here, and then I'm just going to slice off a chunk of this sweet potato right there. Put it in there. Flip this over. Slide this. This is the best part of this for me. Got the little container that fits right inside of there, and you just press it. And you see the juice from the apple? Can you see that coming through? And the sweet potato? All of that is coming through. Okay, let me lift it up, readjust it, get over my trash, my garbage bowl, so that I can make sure I got all of it. Hold on. I got sweet potato on top that I need to put back in there. And my apples. I have some apples in there. Let me let you see what I'm talking about. You see that's still in there? It took most of the apples in there. Now, I'm going to smash it again to get all the rest of that goodness out of that. And then we slide it off. And I'll take my fork and I'll mix up my sweet potatoes and apples. And voila, baby is ready to eat some juicy apples and sweet potatoes. This can go in the freezer or it can go in the refrigerator. You can put it in some ice trays and make a little frozen ice cube. And that way you can put it inside of one of these feeders. So when your baby is teething, this is a good way to get your baby to eat. So for those of you who just joined me, if you'd like to participate in the drawing at the end of this presentation, please put a color in the comments. Okay, and we're talking about the colors, 8 colors in the crayon boxes: red, yellow, orange, blue, green, brown, purple. Did I say yellow? Okay, so whoever has the right answers, and there can be more than one. There will be more than, there could be more than one winner, whoever gets the right color. So that's your apples and sweet potatoes mixed together. Now, let's see. We have another one we're going to do, but I'm putting it in the blender. I have some spinach. Now, if you have a gassy baby, if you're going to feed them spinach, make sure you burp them well. Please burp them well, because spinach can be kind of gassy, just a little bit. So I'm putting some spinach in here, and I'm putting some apples in here. I know it sounds like it tastes horrible, but it tastes good, y'all. You wouldn't believe it. All right. Now, this is my blender cup. I know a lot of moms told me today when I posted the food about baby food. A lot of moms told me about they have the baby bullet, which is awesome. But I got this for my birthday. Came with a blender. Why not use this? So we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna make some. Hold your ears. Make sure there's no chunks in here. Now let me tell you how I made the spinach. I just got my little pot, put a little bit of water in there, about a fourth a cup, maybe half a cup. Took a handful of spinach and put it in there. And let me pour this out so you can see exactly what it looks like. Now, y'all know babies hate green foods. I don't know why, but it's like, I don't know if it's the color, but they just look at it and go, I don't want that. But this is yummy. Let me show you. This is apple and yes, it is cooked spinach. I put it in some water and put it on the stove, and I cooked it for about 5 minutes. I don't want to cook the life out of it. That's why it's still bright green, because I didn't cook the life out of it. Okay, I'm trying to show y'all on Instagram. But this apples, that's good. Okay, now on to our next. I'm going to pour this into this bowl. Put this in this bowl. Okay, so we're going to make some guacamole. Let me rinse this off again, because we're going to make some real guacamole, as you all know it. It doesn't have all the peppers and everything in it, but it has enough for baby to taste. And my little girl loves her guacamole. Her mom loves Mexican food. Dad loves Mexican food. They have traveled all over the world and eaten all kinds of foods, and they're introducing her to all kinds of foods as she gets older. But in moderation and without all the hot spices. So let me put this over here out of the way. Now we're gonna take some of that my avocado. Grab the last two pieces. I'm glad I was able to work this thing without being embarrassed. So I got my avocado, and I have some tomato chunks that I'm putting in there. I'll show it to you in just a second. You see that? That's tomato and avocado. So I'm going to hold it. Let me hold it back here so you all can see. Hold on. Let me grab my fork and push the tomatoes to the front. There we go. Kind of tends, you need to have it in the middle for this to work right. Now you can use the blender and blend this, but I just like the juice from the tomato and not necessarily all the rest of it, because I don't cut the skin off of it. So I just like the pulp. That's what I'm trying to say. You see the back of that where the pulp of the tomato and the guacamole is coming out? So I'm just going to use my knife and I'm going to scrape that off of there. And I'm going to add just a smidgen, and I do mean a smidgen of salt. I like using sea salt. And that's it. Just a little bit. Now, I'm going to take some lime. I'm going to cut the very end of it off, because I only need like a drop. I don't want it to be acidic. So I got this much lime. You see that? And I'm just going to squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. That's enough lime for a baby. And I'm going to mix it up. And we have baby guacamole. Yeah, I know I got to taste it because I love guacamole. Yes, that's good, y'all. If I approve it, it's good. But that's my, I know it's, hold on. Let me grab a spoon because you really can't see this. Okay, I'll grab a spoon. I only made a little bit just to show you how to make it. But that's my baby guacamole. Or should I say regular guacamole? I call it one banana baby guacamole. So, you see that? Now, last but not least, we're going to take the rest of this meal, this oatmeal, and I'm going to take the rest of my banana and I'm going to smush it up with a fork. And we're going to make some, this is for older babies. Okay. I'll grab my fork. Let me rinse my fork off. Okay. Let me grab my egg and my blueberries. Now, I'm going to smash this up with my fork. Now, this is for babies that are eating about 11 months old, that are eating not only baby food, but also some table food. And for toddlers, I know my 1-year-olds love this recipe because it's like a little pancake. Well, it is a pancake, but I'm mashing up my banana, and it doesn't have to be completely smooth, but it needs to be not lumpy, but doesn't have to be completely smooth. I'm adding 1 egg to it. Make sure that your child, and that's why I said this is for older kids, older babies, because I want you to make sure that they are not allergic to eggs. I only give this to children who have tried eggs and who are not allergic to it, and babies who are able to pick up food and chew. So this is what it looks like with the egg in there. And now I'm going to add this oatmeal. And I call it oatmeal because it is, I'm going to add enough so it absorbs the moisture of the egg and the banana. Now, normally I make this recipe for me and I have all kinds of stuff in there. But when I make it for kids, I make it kid friendly. So I'm gonna add some more of these oats in here. These can be frozen. So if you want to make a lot in advance, throw them in a Ziploc bag or a freezer type container, put them in the freezer, take them out, warm them up. They're great for breakfast, great for snack. There we go. Now I'm going to add a little baking powder to it because I want it to rise. I don't want flat cakes. Whoa! My cupcake tin is falling at me. Okay, so I'm going to add some baking powder. Grab my measuring cups, my measuring spoons rather. And that is 1 teaspoon. And add a little salt so it won't be too sweet. Now, I'm going to mix all this up. And we're ready to put it on the griddle. Let me warm my griddle up. Since I got everything down there, I moved my griddle down this way. So let me warm my griddle up. Wait a minute. This would help if I put that down. There we go. There we go. Now, warm my griddle up. I'm going to add one more thing to my recipe. I have cut up some blueberries. I cut them in fourths. I cut them up because even though they're older kids, I still don't want to put whole blueberries in there. I want them to be able to eat it, so I cut them up in fourths. So I'm gonna put these off in here. So they're gonna have a little blueberries. And I'm gonna add just a dash of cinnamon. Instead of using vanilla like I use in my adult pancakes, I put a little cinnamon. And be careful of the cinnamon that you give your baby because some cinnamons, there are different kinds of cinnamons. Make sure they are kid friendly before you put them in your recipes. So I'm gonna put a little bit of cinnamon. I always ground my fresh ground cinnamon, and I already grounded some. So I'm just gonna take a little bit, put it off in there. Make some little cakes, and I want to make them the size of for kids, make them kid friendly. So I don't want to make a huge pancake. I'm going to make a small pancake. And while these are cooking, I'm going to go through the questions and see, start answering some questions. Where is my, oh, it's over here. Okay, I'm using this little scoop to do my pancakes so they will be more kid size instead of adult size. Because sometimes you might have problems with your child eating because you put too much on their plate or because it's too big, it's overwhelming to them. It's too big or it's too much. So I'm going to put these, they're going to look like about the size of a silver dollar, I guess. There we go. Oh, this smells yummy, y'all. And these can be done in a skillet too. It doesn't have to necessarily be on a griddle. They can be done in a skillet too. I'll put that one right there, the last one. There we go. Okay. Make sure they're not burning. Okay. So let me see. Judah is biting everything. Yes, yes, yes. That 6 to 9 month, they my goodness, they bite on everything. I had my baby girl was chewing on my my belt loop today because I have on blue jean shorts, and she just gnawing away. I was like, "What are you eating? What are you doing?" She's chewing on my belt loop. Okay. Hi, Kaya. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Lexi Jeffries, I miss you. I miss you too, Lexi. Just recommended that I share this with my bone apple community. Purple. Can you email the recipes, please? Okay. Yes, Valerie. I will email. I will email you the recipes. Let me write this down so I won't forget. Um, Let me see. Because if I don't write it down while I'm thinking about it, Valerie Doula at Gmail. Okay. Now, let's see. Wow. You are blowing me up over here on TikTok. Hold on. You are truly a rock star. Your families are so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Turtle. What are you making? Crystal, I've made 5 different things. Oatmeal, apple, um, oatmeal with banana, apples and sweet potatoes, apples and spinach, guacamole with tomato, guacamole with bananas, and I'm making banana cakes. And speaking of banana cakes, let me flip these over so they won't burn. We're gonna have a mess on. I'm gonna have a mess on my hands, and y'all gonna think I can't cook. Woo! Yes, I almost waited too late to turn it over. They are very dark. All right, so I'm gonna run back over here for a second, and I gotta go get those off. Is this good for 5-month-olds? Okay. So Kayla, I think I'm saying that right. Kayla Autumn. Okay. Babies don't usually start eating until about 6 months old, unless your pediatrician agreed to let your baby eat earlier. But they usually don't start eating until about 6 months old. All these foods that I have prepared, I usually make sure I feed them to the baby one at a time to make sure that they are not allergic to them, first of all, before I start blending. Um, the first time I did cooking with on TikTok, it was for babies that were younger. This time I'm making for babies that have been eating for at least 2 to 3 months and have a variety of foods that they have tried. That's what I'm making for tonight. Let me take these off of the, yep. They are ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna stick those right here with this sweet potato, and I'm gonna let them cool because they're hot. And turn that off. Okay, so when that cools down, I'll show it to you because I'm not trying to burn my hands. Okay. We have a 4-month-old. Is this okay for her? No, not under 6 months. Make sure that your babies are eating, like, again, make sure that your babies have tried all of these foods separately so that You won't have any allergic reactions. You need to know if your baby can eat all of these foods before you start blending the foods. If your baby has had peaches and has had butternut squash and has had potatoes and has had apples, well, blend some of that together. Potatoes and butternut squash go well together. The potatoes and the apples go well together. If your child has had bananas, bananas and apples go well together. Bananas and sweet potatoes. I've had bananas and sweet potatoes together. So the combination of blends are awesome when they're put together. But my precaution to everyone is to make sure that your child has had this food individually before you start blending. Hi, Great Grammy. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Hi, Shanae, Ashina. Patriots Cottage. Thank you for following Patriots Cottage. Hi, Shanna. How are you? I hope you are enjoying that the smart box. Shannon won the I had a giveaway with another company called the Smart Box, and well, it was a Smart Box to go, but she won the drawing and received all these wonderful toys. So if you're not following Shanna423, go follow her or look her up and see the smart box. There is a discount code on there for 15% off. It's I think it's 18 15. Anyway, uh, so if you use that code, you get 15% off of your purchase, off of the smart box. On average, when do babies start eating solids? At 6 months. What are your favorite crafts activities for a 9-month old? Okay, so um, water beads or some tapioca balls. Put them in a Ziploc bag and let them squish them. They make excellent sensory toys. Water, just playing in the water. I like to take when my little girl gets all riled up and she gets angry. I will take her to the bathroom and plug the sink, run some water in there, and stick her feet in there. And she loves just patting her feet, and her whole demeanor changes. Um, Climbing, give the for a 9-month old, give them a safe place to climb. I'm not telling you to go get the nugget, but we got the nugget and we love it. It's the nugget couch. We love it because you can shape it in so many different ways. And she she is falling off of it. I'm glad we have padding on the floor because she has fallen off of it several times. But babies fall. And speaking of falling, I'm coming out with a video that about falling, about kids falling. And I'm also coming out with a video of tummy time, what tummy time looks like for 6 to 9 month old or 6 to 10 month olds, because it's totally different. Tummy time at 6 months, 6 to 9 months old is totally different from tummy time that is 0 to 6 months. It's a totally different act. There are totally different activities. Also, for 9 month old, bubbles. We go outside and we have a bubble machine. Oh my gosh. She just sits in her little bouncy seat and just kicks her feet and tries to catch the bubbles. So, bubbles. Um, we also take walks. We go to the park. I like to take her in the morning because there's nobody at the park. All the kids are at school. I take my disinfectant wipes. Right now, she can only go on the swings because she's too small for uh, the jungle gym or whatever the play apparatus that's in the park that's near her. So right now we're still in the baby swings, which is fine by her because she loves the baby swings. So doing those things, going for a walk, I don't know if it's still butterfly season, but we loved going out and seeing the butterflies and the flowers. And as we walk, she has, well, she had two dogs. She has one left, but she loves dogs. So we walk the neighborhood and she knows all the dogs in the neighborhood because everybody walks the dogs in the morning at the same time. We like to go feed the ducks. There's a pond where she is, and we buy duck food. Well, mom and dad buys duck food, and we have this little tin plate that we carry in the bottom of the stroller, and we have our duck food, and we put the duck food in the tin plate and put it out. And she loves to watch the ducks come up, and they've even come up to her and looking around. I'm like, okay, now don't be attacking my baby now. But we've had all these activities, um, also teething toys. I don't know if you caught the part about the carrots, but these carrots make a good teething toy. Well, I shouldn't say teething toy, they're a good teether. Um, but if they have teeth, watch them because they'll chip off little bits and you'll see the carrot will look like this, like they have bitten off of it. Let me scoot it back so turn it around. But it'll look so if you see them going like this, check their mouth to make sure it's not a big piece. If it's just a little bitty sliver that they can easily swallow, I don't worry about it. But if it's like they have bitten off accident, I won't say accidentally, but because they do it intentionally, they have bitten off a chunk. I'm like sweeping it out. So yeah, those are some activities that you can do with your 9 month old. Any tips for busy moms when it comes to getting them to eat 3 meals a day without turning food away? Yes, I like to make sure that they're hungry. I have a schedule that I have baby girl on, and I will make sure that she gets all of her milk that she needs for the day, and I have it scheduled out. But I know that I will give her food, and when she's hungry, she will eat food, and then she'll ask for more, and I'll give her bottle after she eats drinks her milk. If she wants more, then I give her more. But make sure they're hungry. That's the biggest tip I can give you is to give it to them when they're hungry. If you give them a 4 ounce bottle and then uh, take them to go eat, they're probably not going to eat so much because they weren't hungry. Plan your bottles out throughout the day so that they still get their nutrition, because even though they're eating food, they still, most of their vitamins come from their milk. So make sure that you plan it out so that their nutrition comes from their milk, and the food right now is a supplement. And even when the milk goes away, find a vitamin for your child, because they're little and they can't eat all the colors throughout the day. And when I see all the colors, I mean, you got all these colorful foods that have different vitamins and nutrients in it. You can't feed them enough to get all the nutrients that they need for that day. So find a vitamin supplement, because when the formula or the breast milk goes away, um, and they start on regular milk or soy milk or whatever milk you change them to, they need to have a vitamin supplement. Take them outside. Vitamin D is so important for kids. And vitamin D, if they have a deficiency of vitamin D, it is because my son, and I preach this all the time, because my son was jaundice a couple of days after he was born, and they put him on a special heating lamp. So make sure your child gets outside. Natural sunlight is good for them. Or even if you open the window, open the curtains, and let them sit in the sunlight, they need that vitamin D. But make sure they're hungry. Also, um, when you're feeding them, give them a spoon. I have a spoon that I feed the baby with, And I have a spoon, a little plastic spoon that I give her because she's always grabbing the spoon and she'll grab it and push it away or grab it and try to shove it down her throat. So I give her a spoon that she just kind of, goes like this, and she'll open up her mouth and eat as long as she's got her spoon in her hand. So a spoon will probably help with, them not flinging food everywhere. Put a mat under the floor, under the high chair, because food will drop. And it's easier to pick that mat up and go outside, shake it out, or just rinse it off than it is to get strawberries or blueberries off the white walls because they're flinging food everywhere. So, just a few tips for that. More likes can attract viewers. Keep it up. Thank you. Hi, Jason. How are you? Let's see. Shanae, I'm excited to try these recipes for my twin girls. Yay! You have twins. Yay! I love twins. I'm the twin specialist. Okay, so let me see what other comments I have. I have yellow, blue, orange, purple, orange, cooked spinach. Yes, cooked spinach. Purple, you should make a mini baby recipe book. Ah, thank you. I actually use a recipe book. It is not mine, but I use a recipe book. Some things I make up, some things I get out of other books. When I'm just like, I've been cooking the same thing over and over again. I pick up the recipe book. Oh, that looks good. Let's try that. So yeah, you would buy it. Oh, thank you. Yep. Uh, Hi, love. Hi, Marissa. How are you? Let's see. Raider, Raider Red Land. Okay, I think I got that right. Hello, thanks for following me. Mrs. Mendez shared the live video. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so is it Conchi Sharma? I cooked my baby's 6 months old today. I can start. Yes, you can start. Yay. Uh oh, but I bet you they're good. Yes. Oh man, I miss what you did with the oatmeal. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I did with the oatmeal. I'm gonna show you what I did with the oatmeal. Y'all got me to talking and it got dark. But this side is light. This is what I did with the oatmeal. I took the oatmeal and I still have some meal left in here. And I will, even though I'm not a baby, I will use this to make some pancakes for myself or just make some regular oatmeal for myself. But let me open it up and show you. They look like chocolate chips, but they're actually uh, the blueberries. I used a banana. I used an egg. I used the oatmeal, and I used a little bit of salt and a some baking powder because I wanted them to rise. I didn't want them to be flat and gummy. Uh, but yeah, this is what I did. I didn't add any flour to it, and you can give them these. You can break them up, or you can give it to them whole, and they can eat these. But it has, and I used a little cinnamon. I put a little cinnamon in here. I was putting to baby to sleep. He always fights. Yeah, gotta love a fighter. They are very determined. But yeah, this is what I did with the little pancakes. I will probably, if they're, I say if they're 18, 19 months old, somewhere between they're good eaters and then between the 15 to 18-month old where they're feeding themselves and they don't need assistance. I will just break these into like 4 parts and put them on their plate. put some fruit on there, maybe some extra. If there's banana left over, I'll put some extra banana on there, or some pears that are softened, the softened. Um, just some fruit to go along with that. You can do cheese if they're into cheese. Old enough to eat cheese, then I would do some cheese with that. Those are good with cheese. It's like oatmeal cookie with cheese. When I was little, my grandfather used to buy this sharp cheddar cheese, and we have the oatmeal cookies. My grandma would make some oatmeal cookies. Oh my goodness, that oatmeal it just takes me back to my childhood. Oatmeal cookies and sharp cheddar cheese and a glass of milk. It was on and popping. I'm telling y'all, it was so good. Okay, so if you just joined us, I'm going to make. I've got to go through here and tell, figure out who has the right color. I have a color written down. I wrote it down before we started. If you'd like to participate in tonight's giveaway, please write a color in the comments. Yes, apples with a little cheese is good. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I like that too. Uh, okay, thank you. I have lots of time. Baby, it's only 19 weeks. Yes, you have lots of time to figure it out. Okay, so let me go through the comments right quick. Uh, you all have until I get done to, let me see. I have someone who got the right color. Okay. Let me check. Make sure I don't have any other colors up here. Nope, wrong color, wrong color, wrong color, wrong color. Okay, let me check over here. Let me go all the way back to the beginning so I can check and make sure that, see if anyone, hold on, let me write this down. So I won't be trying to find y'all on the wrong social media when I contact you. Okay. So I don't have anybody over here on YouTube or on Facebook who has the right color. Okay. So let me go here. Let me check my TikTok. Let's see. Okay. Nope. Not the right color. Nope. Y'all forgive me for being silent, but I'm trying to write these names down. So far, we have 2 winners. I'm looking. Okay. We'll make one last pass through here. Okay. I don't see any new colors. Okay, so these are our winners. From Instagram, Maggie Meg 26 got the right color. And from TikTok, Kat Gianni got the right color. The color was orange. So just in case you were wondering, the color was orange. Got it written right here. And so Maggie Meg and Kat Gianni, congratulations. You have just won a baby cookbook. Da, da, da. I will be contacting you, or you can send me your mailing address. She said, yes, I never win anything. You won, Maggie Meg. And Kat Gianni, you won. You have the option of keeping it for yourself, or you can give it to someone else. So, but one of my favorite cookbooks is the organic big baby food book. Uh, so you just won a cookbook, advice for 1-year-old tantrums. Oh, that's a whole nother show. What's a good puree for 6-month babies with a cold? Um, really, any puree. Just because they have a cold doesn't mean that you should change their foods. Um, I would at 6 months old, if he's kind of full of mucus, take him into the bathroom, turn on the shower, and let the steam build up, and it will help clear out his sinuses. And you can suction it, and you can use that nose frida. Oh, every time I think about it, I think about the times that I got sick from using that nose frida. But uh, but yeah, you can use the nose frida to get the little boogies out. Um, I would also um, let's see, if they just have a cold, they just plenty of fluids, but it's kind of hard. Now they're 6 months old. Give them some water so it can flush it out of their system. Okay, what happened to my? Okay, okay, there we go. Lost my light. But anyway, um, I have a question above, please. Okay, hold on. Let me check. Let me check. Let me see. Videos. Nice. Will you ever do anything for premature babies? Um, I haven't had, well, most of my twins are considered premature, but I've only had like one baby that was, well, two babies that were preemies. But by the time I started taking care of them, they were huge babies. They didn't need that special care anymore. Um, but I will check with some of my one of my NCS friends who cares for preemies, like the high order children, like sets, like the quadruplets and this, what is it, sextuplets. Anyway, for 5, 6, 7, 8 children, she does those, and they are like micro premium. She has to feed them. I got blueberries all over my hand, but I will check with them. I will check with her and talk with her because I have had her as a guest on Ask the Nanny. But I will check with her and see if I can do something about preemies, because a lot of times some things I can't bring to life on film. It's basically a something I have to discuss with you. So I will, like I said, I will check with her, and I will go through my books, my study books, and see what I can find out about preemies, and see if I can at least give some advice on how to take care of them, or what to do for them, or what to do with them. I hope that answers your question. I'm excited because I surely need a cookbook for the baby. Mine was born at 6 months. Oh no. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope, well, you said they were born at 6 months, so I'm hoping that they're fine now, um, are doing better. Can you do more twin content? My babies are 6 months. Yes, yes, yes. I will do more twin content. Um, Let me see. I have something. Give them broth in a bottle. Valerie says, are you talking about the ones with the cold? Give them broth in a bottle. That's what Valerie says. She's a doula. I mean, wait a minute. Hold on. Wrong one. Nope. Yeah. Valerie is a doula. She says, give them broth in a bottle. So the question about what to do with your baby with the cold. Um, so she said, give them broth in a bottle. Um, Any particular broth? Chicken broth? Vegetable broth? I would think vegetable broth in a bottle. Because if there's your baby's 6 months old, then they're probably just starting to eat. And I'm not sure about the meat. Because I usually don't give meat to my babies until they're like 9 or 10 months old. And it's ground up meat. Yes. Postpartum doula and NCS. See, I told y'all, if I don't know, I can find somebody who knows. I can get the information to you. You never know. That's why it's so important to make connections. Oh, yes, they're doing well. Great, 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 great. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 1-year-old cruising. How do I help? Okay, my brother is trying to call me. Sorry, y'all. My brother was trying to call me. Um, but as far as the temper tantrums, um, and I'll come right back to the cruising because I skipped over her question. As far as temper tantrums are concerned, um, the tantrums are usually there's a reason behind them. I can spot a kid in the store and tell it's nap time, um, or they didn't get what they wanted because mama said no, we're not having this toy, we're not getting this toy. But it's hard to. Oh my goodness, hold on a second. Sorry. Um, it's nap time. They're hungry. They didn't get something that they wanted. And sometimes when when they throw a temper tantrum and you play into it, it makes it worse. Let me scoot back a little bit. It actually makes it worse because they know if I if if I throw this tantrum, mom's gonna give it to me. She's gonna give in, and I'm gonna get what I want. And a lot of parents think, oh, well, they're not doing that. Babies know. I notice babies right around 3 to 4 months old, they react differently with whoever is with them. If they have a nanny, mama and daddy that are with them most of the time, they act different with daddy than they do with mama. They act different with the nanny than they do with mama. Mama is the heart. Mama is that separation anxiety is usually with mama because that's the more person that they spend more time with. Now, I have had a child that I work with for 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. And when he got to that 7, 8 month old period of separation anxiety, uh, he did have a tantrum because he wanted me to stay and didn't want to go to his mom. And I felt real bad about that. And I just reassured the mom, yes, he loves you. As soon as I leave out the door, he's going to be fine. And sure enough, as soon as I left out the door, he was all over his mama. But you have to figure out what the trigger is. Sometimes there are triggers, and maybe it's the way that you're explaining things to them. Or if you hit it off at the pass, you see meltdown, figure out something, a distraction, so that it calms them. You avert that tantrum. And I'm not saying it's going to always work, but try not to go shopping when it's close to nap time or it's close to time to eating. Make sure your baby is fed before you go on that shopping trip. When I'm out, if I'm shopping with a baby or a child, I try to not to go to the toy section because they're going to want the toys. If I need to go toy shopping, I'll choose a time when I'm not with the child. I also, when I'm out, I let the child help me pick out things. I'll let them out of the basket. Let them put something in the basket. Pick them up and let them put it in the basket. When your child is helping and they're involved, it's less likely that they're going to have a tantrum because their mind is occupied, they're happy, they're enjoying what they're doing. So figure out what those triggers are and head them off at the pass. And it will save you a lot of tantrums. And like I said, don't go shopping when they sleep close to nap time unless it's just an absolute emergency. 1-year-old cruising. How do I help him learn to walk on his own? Cruising is walking. And all babies don't walk before they're 1 year old. And sometimes falling. All babies don't fall and just kind of fall and, okay, I fell, I'm good. Some babies fall and it's a whole drama. Even if they're fine and you know they're fine, it's a whole drama going on. Hi, Nitty Announcements. I miss you, girl. So when those tantrums come, when they are cruising and going from side to side, and they're kind of going from side to side, they will pick up toys. I always put toys on top of. Right now, my baby girl is cruising, so I'll make sure the surfaces that she usually pulls herself on, there's a toy there, because now she's starting to pick up the toy, play with the toy, and she's letting go of the surface that she's holding on to, like the couch or the ottoman or the chair or the little small table or the bookshelf. She's letting go and she's holding on to the toy and she's slowly letting herself down. She doesn't realize she's standing. All she knows is, I got this toy. Okay, let me sit down on the floor and play with it. Even if just a part of her is touching the couch, and technically it's not really holding her up, she's just kind of going like this. She's actually standing. The fact that she was distracted enough and she has confidence enough to lean down or bend down and get on the floor, because now she's 9 months old, she has learned how to fall most of the time, but she still has the spatial relations. She gets almost to where she needs to go and she tries to stretch out, and I'm like, just crawl a little bit, 2 more little crawls and you'll be where you're going and you can get up safely. But no, she can't do that. I gotta hang on to my toy, and I got to reach out for this. And the other day, she reached out for her little activity table because it has like the metal legs and it doesn't tip over. She reached out for it. She was this far away from it and she missed, and she went wham and hit her face on the leg. And she had a little rosy cheek, but boo-boo buddies. And that's another make sure you have boo-boo buddies. And when I say boo-boo buddies, hold on, I have some boo-boo buddies. Let me grab them. Okay. So these are my little boo-boo buddies for when babies fall. They're little ice packs. They make some with little beads in them. These are for my little kids. And I also have some, hold on, let me show you. I also have my peas, which are, let me show you this. They're little bitty bubble little peas. It's cold and it's maneuverable. And on the outside, you don't have to have a cover. With these, they make some with covers, they make some without covers. These don't have covers, but you can buy covers to go over these. Some of them have like the front and then they have a cover on the back like this one does. So for small little, on the head, on the back of the head, on the chin, on the arm, wherever they hurt, I put those. For bigger kids, I use the peas. Let me show you all this. I use these so that uh, because it bends around anything, this side, that side, it's bendable. Now, you can also uh, make your own. I took a class, it was some childcare class I took. But if you take rubbing alcohol and water, and I just put it in like a little Ziploc bag instead of an ice pack. I put it in a little Ziploc bag and I put it in the freezer, but it doesn't freeze. It's still movable like these. I took the blue alcohol. Was it green? Anyway, it was either blue or green, but I put it mixed it with water and I put it in the freezer. So I had just in case I needed it. I had an extra boo boo buddy. I just wrapped a little thin cloth around it and applied it wherever needed. So, but make sure you have one of those because your child will fall while cruising and doing those. Make sure you put toys up. Um, all of those things are important. Okay, let me see. What are the best foods to start with my almost 8 month old? Okay, so I like to start with avocados, just plain avocados, because it's good brain food, there's good oils in it. It's easy on the tummy, it's bland to the taste, to the palate. I like to start. I start with avocados, and then I build upon those avocados. That's why tonight when I made the guacamole with the tomato, and I made the guacamole with no, that was guacamole with banana. This is the guacamole with the tomato. And I'm gonna show you something. Even though I made this, guacamole turns brown. Can you see that? Now on the bottom, it looks perfectly green. On the top, it has turned brown. Bananas and guacamole and avocados turn brown. The one that I put the lemon juice in, the lime juice in, that little bit of lime juice keeps it. Just saying. It hasn't turned, and I did them almost at the same time. So one has turned brown, one is still bright green. So uh, I'm sorry, you said something, you missed it. What did you miss? I keep losing internet, but I'm very much enjoying your content. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pandora, thank you. Well, it's no one from TikTok because you did not look at us. Um, I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Crystal, can I get a little background? Uh, Hello, Lazaro. How are you? What's a good puree for 6 month babies with the? Oh, okay, we talked about that. I think I got them all. How to get a 1 year old to stop thinking hitting is funny, no matter what I say. If I say no or out, 1 year olds is basically hitting for a 1 year old is it's a developmental thing. They all do it. Keep redirecting him. Keep telling him hitting hurts. Um, and I hate to say this, but I worked in a 1 year room, and usually when kids hit other kids, they don't feel it until they get hit back. When another kid, they hit somebody and the other kid's crying and crying, it's like it's a power. Like, oh, I did it. I make him mad. But when they get hit, it starts to sink in. That kind of hurt. And unfortunately, sometimes that's what it takes for a child for it to click. I don't like for it to get to that point. I keep redirecting. I keep telling them no. Um, and I have a serious face. Find you a still small voice. And when I say still small voice, I mean STEEL and not STILL. I know when I lean in and I tell my children, I ask you to pick up the toys. We have 5 minutes before we need to go outside. If the toys are not picked up, we're not going. And I follow through. And they look at me and like, okay, you have 3 minutes. And I do a countdown. And I say, okay, we have 2 minutes before it's time to go outside. You're going to miss your outside time. And then I will set, I have gone as far as to set a timer. And when the timer goes off, oh, it's time to get the shoes on. I said, nope, we're not going anywhere. And that's when a temper tantrum commences to happening. And it's okay for them to get angry. It's okay for them to get mad. And I tell them, I understand you're upset. I get it. But we have to clean up before we go outside. Those are our rules. And so we follow the rules. And if I don't enforce the rules and I start picking them up myself, then that doesn't do anything for the child. Now I will offer, I'm like, okay, if we want to get outside quicker, I can pick up the Legos and you pick up all the rest of the toys. So that way he knows that I'm helping him, but he still has responsibility of picking up the toys. And I also tell them, well, as we're going outside, okay, next time we're going to pick up the toys when it's time to pick up the toys, so we won't have to miss any of our outside time. Okay? Okay. Good. And it may take 2 or 3 times for them to catch on that, yes, I mean what I say. And once they catch on, we're good. Until then, sometimes they get it, but they're stubborn and they don't want to get it. And I just sit there and I'm just patiently wait. And they cry and they flop and they flip, and I just sit and patiently wait. And when they realize that I mean business, they start moving. I'll go start doing something else. Wait a minute. The toys I need to pick up the toys. Well, go ahead and pick up the toys. When you get done with the toys, then we can go outside. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and do what I need to do. Where are you going? I said, the time came for us to go outside and your toys are not picked up. So I'm going to go do something while you pick up the toys. Well, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to, and that's when I pull out things that are like toys that I have. I rotate the toys. That's when I pull out something that they haven't played with in a while that I know that they'll be interested in. Um, and I'll say, okay, well, I was going to take the bubble machine outside, but doesn't look like we're going to go outside today because the toys are still not up. So I guess I'll put the bubble machine back up and we'll just have to play with it another day. That usually gets them motivated to move and get the toys up because they want to play with something or they want to something exciting that's going on outside. So sometimes you have to be creative to get them to do what you need them to do. Had 15 kids, 5 and under. I may clean up a competition to see who could pick up the most. Exactly. I love it. Baby Jeff coat. I love it. I love it. I love it. Exactly. You have to come up with, be creative to get them to do what you want them to do. Because sometimes they try to outdo you. Hi, I've watched all your videos. I'm 33 weeks and trying to learn from all your wisdom. Oh, congratulations. What is it? Hey, 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 316. Thank you for watching. Okay, let's see. That's my serious voice with my second graders. Everybody has one. And if you don't have one, you need to get one. Okay. Um, I come home and use it with my 1 year old too. Yes, you have to. You can also use a spray bottle and spray his face when he does it. Ah, oh, you're talking about the hitting. Yes, I've heard of that method too. When he hits, say loudly, ouch, that hurts. Stand up, turn your back on him, and walk away. Yes. Oh, you missed making the food. Oh, okay. All right. I get it now. Pilot Jones. I get it now. As soon as I started singing clean up, everybody everywhere, they ran to pick up. Yes, that's a good song. Clean up, the cleanup song. That's a good song. I use it all the time. I use it with my 9 month old. I have started hand over hand, teaching her how to put things back where they belong. We clean up every day. I make her clean up at least one little section. Um, before we move on to something else because I want her to know that we clean up before we go mess up something else. Yes, we also all have the look. Oh, yes. That look. Yes, we all have it. Uh, but the face has to match it. Yes, yes, yes. The face has to match it because I give that look, and sometimes the kids do something so silly. It's wrong, but it's funny. And I have to sit here like, and inside I'm like, oh my God, that was so funny. I can't believe he just did that. And I'm laughing, but I have to sit here with him and try not to smile and try not to crack up because it's hilarious. Okay, so now it is, let me see what time it is. It is now 9:30, and I've got to be at work in the morning, you guys. It was so good to cook with you and to answer your questions. Please follow me on my social media. I am on Instagram. I am ask.the.nanny. On TikTok, I am tiktok.com/ at ATNanny. I am on facebook.com / Ask the Nanny, and my YouTube channel. Follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. It's youtube.com / Ask the Nanny. Now, on my YouTube channel, I have adult recipes. I also have children's books that I have narrated. Um, it's about, I guess, about 90 books that I've narrated on my YouTube channel. I also have share the videos that I do on TikTok, on YouTube, and I have some archived Ask the Nanny um, shows from the past on there. So check it all out. And there's also some toddler activities on there. There's about 20 toddler activities. One of my favorites was when we made alphabet soup. I'll never forget that one. That was one of my favorites. So follow me on social media, like my posts, share them with your friends. The more you share, the more likes I get, the more um, subscribers I get, helps me to bring you more videos, because a lot of the things that I don't have, I have to purchase in order to create these videos, or go out and get stuff to create these videos. Even when I do live videos, um, the more you share, the more uh, YouTube little pennies drop into my pocket. You can also, if you like to support my videos, you can also go to um, my bio. There is a link there in my Linktree bio that says support, donate, and tips. So you can give there. I think it's through PayPal. I think you have to have a PayPal account to do that. But I appreciate every one of you. And thank you for joining me. And I will see you probably sometime later this week, before I go out of town for the weekend. And you all have a great Labor Day weekend. I hope you all don't have to work. I hope you don't. Um, but you all have a great weekend. I plan on having one because I'm going to be off. Yes, yes, yes. So I will see you all later. And now let me close out. Let me start closing out my broadcast. See you guys later on Facebook and on YouTube.